Welcome back to ye old England land / Europe town. Gain another night medal, because why not?
I would have outright called it Gay Paley, because this song sounds like something straight out of Paris. But, like, again, I just call this Europe land, because it pretty much encompasses all the types of cultural and stereotypical influences of the nation.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I know. Don't worry, Amy. They'll be thankful. So, we've come back after obtaining some of those ancient keys or whatever. They're like these dark Gaia keys that I guess would tell. Oh, there's a temple here in Spagonia. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
I like that. Godspeed.
Are we allowed to say that kind of thing in this franchise?
If we were able to get if we were able to get away, dude, if the comics were able to let Silver get away with saying crap, I think anything's legal.
I don't think crap's really a swear, though. And what's funny is that, like, it's not just Silver. Ruff actually says it to him at one point.
Well, welcome everybody to the next daytime boss stage against a weird flapping fish.
And this one's kind of interesting in the fact that it's all robotically operated. No egg can be found, which kind of makes this boss fight about halfly not as engaging.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because there's no... Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know what? I don't think this boss was in the Wii version, was it, Steve?
I think it is. I just don't think it has, like, this exact same moveset.
I don't remember this design unless they did, like, the same Scorpion one, but with a different look. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
So, it's similar to the big egg beetle. I need to try and deal damage to its shield, which, as you can see, that's where the trick comes in, is that the hitbox is going to be a lot less forgiving on this guy with an electric shield beside him.
Yeah, because I do remember this part from the Wii version.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, you're right. It just looks different to me.
Hopefully, no.
I completely forgot. Yeah, I could have caught him for more damage. So,
it happens.
In any case, there we go.
Nope.
All right, come on. One more.
Don't.
Yeah!
It's always so
Okay,
satisfying
maybe one
that
more
you can, like, double...
There you go.
Triple whammy.
Oh, you can do...
Can we go for the...
no, that's it. Okay.
That's enough.
So, how's everybody today?
Good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Let's just... Well, it's Happy Friday for us, but will it be Friday when this gets uploaded?
You never
That's
know.
a good question.
We could try. Nah, I don't know.
It honestly does depend on what I pair up alongside this. For all I know, this could be another Tuesday, Thursday sort of commentary.
Welcome to the long year of 2021. Nah.
The far-off distant future of 2001.
Oh, wow.
What?
Lucky break, you actually got that Sun Medal right as it ended.
That's strange.
Good job.
But yeah, no, I was actually completely floored that I still got that Dame medal and it counted.
Oh, yeah.
So, awesome. Just another step closer to never having to worry about a medal system ever again.
Let's
go and put this into live.
I'm sure you did this to Moon Medal, but honestly, again, you don't need as many of those as you need Sun Medals, which is like the one big stink about this entire system.
Yeah.
I know. Did they have it? Go ahead.
I was about to say, like, I can totally understand, like, putting a system like this in place just to show that that the gameplay's not completely brain dead. I mean, the Mario series has been doing that for a while now with the star system and the medals and whatnot. But I mean, when Sonic does it like this, I mean, again, they kind of went a little overboard.
But we finally recovered the blue Chaos Emerald, and what was the thing I was going to ask? Was I forgot. I think we may have already talked about this. The Unleashed. Did the Unleashed version have the experience level up system?
No.
It did for the Werehog, not for just regular Sonic though.
Yeah, for regular Sonic, like, the closest thing you can do is that, like, the more rings you collect in a level, the longer your boost gauge becomes, but it doesn't have, like, a level up system like the daytime version does, which, honestly, I don't think, like, Sonic by himself really needs it.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
Like, even here, all that really matters is, like, upgrading either your speed or your ring energy, and, like, doing two ring energy is far more beneficial just because it means you can hold on to your boost longer.
Yeah. So,
Speaking of which, I will say this much about the Unleashed version. The one thing I do think the HD version just completely trumps over this one, or the Wii version, is the fact that, you know, the dash system is a little more, well, freeform.
I think so. Yeah.
So you're less locked. You're less
the Wii
locked
version,
into
basically,
a track.
how it is that your dash system is tied to like bars, and whenever you press the dash button, literally an entire bar is wasted so that you can go maintain this boost that you can never stop until it's all used up.
Oh, jeez. No,
Yeah,
I like,
it was-
just turn it on and off. Otherwise, you're basically just doing one of those mock speed sections.
That's
Yeah,
kind
honestly-
of what it is.
I was about to say, I think they kind of did that way because I think they want to encourage the idea of, like, selecting when you want to use boosts and whatnot.
Which is fair, I guess, but I don't know. I just think there's just something a little more,
careful.
more worthwhile. Just actually knowing when to manage that shit yourself.
This is a true move. So, we all started... Well, other than that, we've been talking about some more recent things. I guess the more recent developments with us in Sonic is that, as of recording this, we're getting further and further into the Tangle and Whisper comic now.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
I only need 2 actors, then I can get episode 3 ready.
So, by the time this goes up, they'll all be done, and it's actually going to be done for a period. Did they confirm... Okay, here's the next night stage. Did they confirm if they're going to make more spin-off series, or it's just gonna, like...
I do know Ian is actually going to write a villain-centric spin-off series, while Evan Staley's going to be writing the main series.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
I want to have more. I just want to have more fun stuff because it's been really fun seeing all the Tangle and Whisper stuff.
How would
I
you see
know.
Evan compares as a writer between him, her, whatever, to
Honestly,
Ian?
like, I haven't seen a lot of their stuff. Like, apparently a lot of people... Apparently before they got on board with Sonic, they also wrote, like, a fan series that I've been hearing really good things about. But from what I've seen, I think they're just as capable as Ian in terms of writing Sonic. Like, I don't really think that they have, like, one advantage over the other. They're both equally good.
Yeah.
All right.
I do know for a fact that Ethan's a really big Silver fan, though.
Actually, wait a minute. Who's the name of the writer again?
Evan Stanley.
Evan Stanley.
They're
feel like
also
I've
an
heard that name
artist.
from
They're
somewhere.
also an artist in a bunch of Sonic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's now taking on the role of writing, and I mean, if Ian's a big Silver fan, that would.
Well, no, Evan's a big Silver fan. Ian probably
Okay.
does too, but I do know like Evan is mostly known for a lot of her Silver stuff.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say between the Forces comic and stuff, I liked that the comics have been far kinder to Silver than the games have.
Yeah.
The comics have been kind to pretty much every other Sonic character that isn't Sonic or Tails.
That's also true.
Well, I would argue
Ooh,
that
you
like
almost got burned.
Oh, you can grab a fire breather and use it as a flamethrower. I'll take that. Whoosh. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
good. Some fresh targets.
for my pot. That just kind of
Do
pisses.
this?
And now they just go nuts.
actually, I'm just thinking, hey Jordan,
Oh crap! I'm on fire.
monsters roasting on an open fire. Now I am. Never mind.
Okay, sorry.
Sing it to me later.
Stop dancing.
All right.
So
Was
no,
that,
he was saying
was
never
that,
mind because
was
I was
that
on
bad
fire.
Bad Nick fan literally just doing a pirouette earlier?
Yeah, that's just
well.
him showing off. It's the freaking all the mysticism and whoa, such
Mystic
whimsy.
mysticism.
Dude.
Where is that from?
I don't know. You're the one who said it.
Oh,
How about you,
Man,
Sid? How
I'm
have
out
things
of
been
it.
for you?
Okay.
That's good.
know
Anything
that-
interesting happening with you at the time of recording this?
hi.
Well, I just finished spring quarter at my college, so.
That's
Woo!
good. You got more
Congrats.
credits there.
And I ended with straight A's.
Yay.
Yay!
We told you there
You-
was
and
nothing
you-
to worry about, Sue.
And
you were
finally,
just fine.
and
you
finally
were super-
earned my certificate for being in honors.
And you were super worried you weren't gonna be. You were
that's-
very, very.
That's
worried.
the thing.
What,
We
Logan?
kept well, Logan was basically
I'm
saying
saying
like, we kept telling you that you have nothing to worry about, but you just wouldn't listen to us.
Well, at the time, you were very nervous about it, and we were like, "No, you're putting in the effort.
You did good,
And it
And it's
Seaweed.
showing."
I'm so used to things not being forgiving like they were in high school that it's just like
High
don't wanna
school,
make a
High
mistake.
school sucks.
I've learned so much. High school is completely different from what college
Oh,
is
it's
like.
definitely different. Trust me.
Yeah, college is a lot more laid back than high school, I feel.
High school kids kind of suck.
They
Well, I mean,
do.
okay, in the sense, well, they can't like. I would say like, I experienced a lot of like, people can be very like ruthless and very like, what's the word? Not heartless, but like they don't hold.
Dicks.
Rarely do people hold back in high school.
Honestly,
to, like, social stuff.
it really depends on the high school though, because I mean I remember my high school years weren't that bad. Like everyone mostly kept to themselves. Like it was middle school that I think was the most ruthless.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Honestly, like in
Yeah.
terms of me, it's like
Come on.
like I definitely had a lot of people that were like fairly nice. The teachers are okay, but I did have like a few instances of like people who were just kind of like dicks. I do know there's one occurrence of it that I know Logan really loves whenever I talk about.
Well, yeah, no, that's a classic. That's one of those classic stories that we've only said once. Whatever. I guess the main part of that story I never asked was, did anything bad happen to you because you threw the thing down the hallway?
Wait,
and
what was the story?
Okay, so just to give you
Yeah, give him
context, Seeley,
context.
because, and you know what, I don't feel bad saying this, because A, it's been a while, and B, we're hug level. So,
Yeah.
there's a time where, I think it might have been during my junior year, maybe my senior year, there was this one guy who, for no real reason, I guess he just felt like doing it, every time he would see me pass by the house, it's like, hey, get out of my house, you're in my house, get out of my house. And at first I just thought, like, maybe if I ignore him, he'll just stop. But then he just got a lot more, like, I guess for lack of a better word, assertive about it. It got to a point where, like, I tried my best to ignore it. It just kept raining on me every time he would keep doing it. It got to a point where, and just for the sake of comedy, I'm going to switch to different perspectives, because it's funny the way he says it. Because after that whole thing happened, cut to my friend Gage, who I guess was just in the middle of getting ready for his next class. He all of a sudden sees that guy just running away. After him is me with my binder over my head saying, "This isn't your house!"
Just shut and to which I don't even know. I will never know how, or I will never know how he sounded. But I'll tell you how in my head it sounds whenever Hype tells the story of him yelling at me. So come on, gotta be quick, gotta be quick, gotta be quick. These things are collapsing.
boy.
But I want to get to that moon metal. I imagine when Hype chucked that thing up.
Oh, boy.
When he chucked that thing at the guy, I just imagine him saying it with the same tone as Patrick yelling because you told me to.
Because you told me to!
That's the tone I imagine you. That's the tone I imagine you saying
I'm-
it in.
I mean, honestly, that's a good comparison. Like again, ever since the Dead Rising commentary, I could never look back on that whole story without thinking of Steven as like Steven from freaking Dead Rising.
Yeah, the store clerk.
This isn't your store.
Yeah.
This is
Really?
my store.
This isn't your Santa Cabeza!
It was great. There was a lot of fun stuff. I mean, we got. I know that. Oh,
I will say I mean, granted, the whole at this point, as far as we're concerned, the IP's kind of dead because the people that have been making the games for so long have practically been liquidated. But say if there was ever that freak chance where the Dead Rising, well, 1 and 2 at the very least, ever get put on Switch, I really wouldn't be against redoing Dead Rising 1 and have Glee and maybe Sealy on board for it.
I was about
we
to
had
say,
a lot
like,
more. We had a lot more fun with it than we thought.
yeah, I was about to say, a part of me's not quite sure because honestly, I still really loved how the original commentary came out.
I mean, that's completely fair. Though I mean, at the same time, though, a part of me wouldn't mind doing it again, just because A, the version I was using at the time was, was kind of a glitched version,
I guess.
and B, I mean, it would also get. I mean, part of me would like to do that redo live, and thirdly, maybe give a quick glimpse at what was it called? I forget what the name of the mode is once you actually beat the whole game, where it's basically like. You're under a time limit, sort of. Like, you have to... Or not so much a time limit, but
isn't that like the one where you have to survive 24 hours or survive as long as you can?
you have to survive as long as you can.
Yeah, I think it was just
it's
called,
called
like,
Infinity
never-ending... Maybe that's probably what it was.
Basically, how that whole mode works is that, again, you have to survive from a whole onslaught of zombies, and not only that, your health is constantly depleting, because, you're gonna get hungry sooner or later. And, well, naturally you have to go around the mall finding food items as you go, and, try to outlast it as long as you can.
Interesting. Okay, the health draining thing is an element I was not aware of. I know we had Gui there for Case Zero, and she enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she only was there because she saw our big highlight video of the first film of the first game, and and I've said before, and we all feel like this. This is the kind of fun you wouldn't have to miss out on if you weren't so devil damn picky.
I know,
Well,
right?
she had no idea about Dead Rising. She just thought, well, at the time, like,
Well, I'm sure she was
as a
aware
kid-
it existed. She just didn't care until she saw our playthrough.
Well, that's
to be
what I'm saying.
to be fair, Hype, I could say the same thing about you, because technically we only got you into that commentary purely because, well, we kindly asked you.
I know,
As
but
a
you and I both know she's a lot worse about that.
growing up, when I saw Dead Rising, I thought it was just just played for straight zombie game. But it's like it's the looseness and how like open ended everything can be.
I mean, the story is still sort of played. It's still kind of played straight, but it's one of those cases where it's also not afraid to be campy when it matters most.
Yeah.
Jordy, Sealy, did you guys ever have like experiences like that where like you had one preconceived notion about a game until you actually like saw it and were like, whoa, this is like completely different than what I had anticipated?
I don't know for sure if it was for a game, but I definitely felt that way for a certain movie, which I'm now a huge fan of. Not to toot my own horn or anything.
Why don't you tell us what movie it is?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Really? I'm surprised you
I
had
had
like
the
a
same
certain
thing
notion
too.
about it.
Okay,
With
let me
that
explain.
movie?
So, I did not really get into The Nightmare Before Christmas until the 11th grade. Or, no, the 10th grade. And I'll tell you why. So, my first exposure to The Nightmare Before Christmas was actually from Kingdom Hearts. And when I saw that, and I saw Oogie Boogie and the final boss, I was scared shitless, and I did not want to even look at it. I was so scared, I was like, get it away from me, because I'm a coward. And then, once I, mustered up my courage, I saw a commercial for it on, I think at the time it was ABC Family. I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. I'm not going to be a coward anymore. So I did, and I actually loved it. It was good.
And then
Really
it was history.
It really awakened Jordy to realize that I'm actually into this kind of gothic shit.
Oh wow,
Exactly.
Kingdom Hearts just did something completely like original with that boss, and it actually never appears. Which I guess now that I think about it, I guess I had an experience like that, not with a game, but Sealy knows I had that experience with the Wind in the Willows.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you mean the one
Because
from,
up to that moment, my only experience with Wind of the Willows was the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disneyland, which famously some art director decided that the idea was that they wanted to, when Toad is in court, they thought I guess because the entire rest of the Wind of the Willows short is them in the courtroom, they thought that wasn't exciting enough for a ride.
Oh no,
so
no,
they
no.
have.
Like the courtroom is only like halfway into the short.
But
Yeah.
that's right, because then they break into that's right, jeez. So
That is something. I mean, that is part of our little marathon we're doing, so we'll get to that eventually.
Well, that's gonna
Right,
be fun
so-
to get to.
But yeah, so in the ride, the quote-unquote plot of the ride then follows that when he's in court, Mr. Toad just grabs his car, escapes the courtroom, and evades the police, and then gets hit by a train and goes to hell.
Yeah.
Like, straight up hell. And I thought that's how the short
And it's
went.
really hot in there too.
Like, they actually have a heater and stuff to simulate it. I thought that's how the short went, and then I watched him like, where the
Yeah, I showed Wind
Where-
of the Willows to him. I watched it with him, and he's like, "Oh,
where did they even get hell from? It's not even nobody even says hell in that short.
And then we took a while to Google it, and we're
what?
like, what gives?
We were. I was very curious about the development of that movie, and like, oh, what are you guys doing? Don't mind the dark guy.
You
This
know,
is how
just-
you do it.
Just you talking about that, Logan, reminds me of a video of his that he posted not long ago that I really liked was like
That's
Andu
how you
looking
do it.
back- I was about to say it was the video that Andu did talking about like looking back at Super Paper Mario. He got to the part where you pretty much are like sent to the underwear, basically hell.
Yeah.
I love the joke he made about like I don't think people played Thousand Year Door and thought needs more hell.
Because it's just hell. It's a very unique take on that game. That's why I still think we should do Super Paper Mario. It's also the fact that in terms of a turn-based RPG thing, which it is not out. Stop. In terms of oh crap, my health is kind of draining. In terms of like a turn-based RPG, I think Super Paper Mario is. I don't mind it as playing more of the action platformer route.
Well, the thing is, what's funny about that, Logan, is that like, the reason it's like that is because it was originally meant to be a GameCube game, and so they figured it'd be kind of redundant if they had like two Paper Mario games that played the exact same on the same console, so they opted for like a different gameplay style.
Makes sense in hindsight, but yeah, it's just one of those funny things looking back.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point or another, I could attempt recording the game for the channel, but it's like, oh jeez.
No.
Oh, you know that
That's
scream would have
fine.
fit. That scream would have fit perfectly had he accidentally got impaled.
Jesus. So now as you're seeing in these,
I've been impaled.
so now as you're seeing here in these later Werehog stages, now is when they're starting to really crank up the precision platforming aspect with them.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're doing it with a system that really needed more fine-tuning itself.
It's
Kind of.
sometimes
Whoops.
his normal walking speed should have been like lowered a bit more. The jumping should have been a little less floaty.
I would
this
argue
kind of platforming.
I would argue the jump should have been less stiff because it feels very Luigi-like in terms of how much distance you can really get unless you're dashing.
Whoop.
That and the other thing, hang on, I see a movement I can get. That and sometimes when I'm like scrambling around these poles or icicles or whatever, and if I do this right, I can skip a battle segment. And yep,
There you go.
something that I noticed is that like unfortunately,
You were saying about
like,
skipping a battle?
nope, get out of here. Nope, we're not having this battle section right now. Get rid of that shield. I don't like that shield. Anyway, I'll cap the wizard. So it's I don't crap, what the hell were we talking about? When I'm scrambling around the poles, I feel like sometimes the movement can be really clunky and like it takes a while. It takes a while for me to like actually like pressing the button so many times will actually get an input out of it.
I think I've said this before, like earlier, but if I haven't, I'll just say right now. I feel like the Werehog Sonic sections would be more fun if you controlled more like Raiden did in Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah,
I guess.
that would be interesting.
I mean, honestly, I just think this shit would have been more fun if Platinum was involved in some way, shape, or form.
No,
But
yeah.
unfortunately,
You say that about any game that needs platinum.
With
I mean,
with
a
beat 'em
Sonic
ups,
game by
that's
Platinum
their
in
thing.
general would be freaking sweet.
Yep.
Apart from knowing James's experiences with Lappy, I don't think I ever asked him what his experiences were like with Astral Chain.
Oh, that game's fun. Like, honestly, if it weren't for the fact that the game's kind of long in the tooth, and, well, the fact also that I want to do Bayonetta first before any other Platinum game, I wouldn't mind doing it for the channel. But I'm not doing it on. I'm definitely not doing it on Platinum difficulty. That shit's. I don't want to feel demotivated by rankings.
Is it bad that when I saw Astral Chain and the different like animals you can get and the way it works with you fighting, it really reminded me of Spectrobes?
Yeah, kinda.
Yes.
It
Did
was
anyone here-
that one anime-centric art Pokemon.
Oh, I know what
like that
Spectrobes
Disney
is.
tried
I'm
to-
just wondering, like, why that comparison in particular.
Because just the vision, just the imagery of a small kid. In Spectrobes you can change your gender, but in Astral Chain you can. A small kid surrounded by two great magical beasts that are summoned through technology, kind of. And that's exactly how the battle system in Spectrobes works. And
You know what? It's funny because I remember, like, years ago, me and Allie were kind of like, we would sometimes get together and I would watch her play the one Spectrobes game that was for the Wii, and I remember we were getting, like, pretty far into it together until there was one boss in particular that she was stuck at because it was just such a slog to get through, and I don't think we ever got past that boss.
The most I immediately, like, honestly, when it comes to Spectrobes, the one thing I immediately remember from it is that at random, your player character will spout out some random Japanese line.
well he
Just
always
cause.
says he says Ikaze whenever he's about to start a battle, which is "Let's go" in Japan. Like that was
Right,
the one
it's
bit
like-
they didn't localize that bit.
I mean, yeah, it just comes off. It just comes across as like.
Gosh.
What's wrong?
No, just this horde. Die. Stop spawning. Thank you. We're done.
Grab the key and go home.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that whole thing in general just always felt kind of try hard to me. Like either go all out one way or the other, but don't. Well, I mean, okay, I guess when I say that, yet I don't ever give like say the Japanese actor for Sonic shit whenever he tries to pull English out of his ass.
Well, when he
But
does
then
it,
again,
it's
that's also
funny.
because he's an English teacher, so I'll cut him that much slack.
Oh, whoa! The dude who voices Sonic is an English teacher.
Yep.
In Japan, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like,
so
and
close.
he's stuck around as Sonic, like, ever since even the Adventure days, he still voices him.
I mean, I think he still voices him to this day. But as like the one exception I can immediately think of, which I think makes sense, is the movie.
Yeah.
Right. So join us in the next part, as we're actually gonna have a lot of side content be unveiled to us. More of the plot. We're gonna get to that temple in Halaska, and then we're gonna finally go to someplace a little more appropriate for the summery seasons.
Oh, great. Till next time, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I could use some tea right about now.